2024. This is question number 1, approximation standard form. It says multiply 3.4 times 10 raised to power minus 5 by 7.1 times 10 raised to power 8 and leave the answer in standard form. So quickly, let's do that. This is what we are asked to do. We will multiply 3.4 times 10 raised to power of minus 5 by, that's times 7.1 times 10 raised to power of 8. So this is what we are asked to do. So we have a number here in a power of 10 and another one. So I'll arrange it this way: 3.4 times 7.1 times 10 raised to power of minus 5 times 10 raised to power of 8. So in WAEC, we are allowed to use calculator, scientific calculator is usually given. So 3.4 times 7.1 will give you 24.14. Will give you 24.14. Then times 10 raised to power of, according to law of indices, since the base are the same, you add the powers. That's minus 5 plus 8 will give you plus 3. So what will be left is 10 raised to the power of 3. So now, having reached here, this is not the answer because this is not in standard form, and of course you've not seen it in the option here. For this number to be in standard form, the decimal place has to move after the first whole number. This number should be such that there is only one whole number before the decimal point. So you can't have 24 point something as a standard form. The decimal point has to move so that there will only be one whole number before the decimal point. So this will now be 2.414. 2.414 times 10 raised to a particular power times this 10 raised to power of 3. So what power of 10 are we going to write here so that what power of 10 are we going to write here so that this 24.41 that we moved the decimal point will not change? That's what I mean is, take for instance, if you have this number 24 and you are asked to convert it to standard form, that means you have to introduce a decimal point to it, and this number in its own has no decimal point. The decimal point is after 0.00 here. So now for us to express it in standard form, that means you have to introduce a decimal place to it so that it's only after one whole number. So that means we move it one place to this point. That will be what? 2.4. Then you say times 10. Times 10 raised to power what? What power of 10 is it that when you now multiply it with this 2.4, it will take you back to 24? Standard form doesn't mean you should change the value. You know, there's a difference between 24 and 2.4. 24 is far greater than 2.4. So when you now change 24 to 2.4, then you have to multiply it with 10 such that when you multiply with a power of 10, it should be able to take you back to 24. So now, if you multiply this with 10 raised to power of 3, it will not take you to 24. Rather, it will take you to 240 or so. Now, if you multiply it with raised to power minus 1, it won't take you back to 24. It will take you to 0.24. You understand? So what is that power that where is that power of 10? When you multiply, it take you back to 24. That should be the right power. So here will be 2.4 times 10 raised to power of positive 1. Because when you multiply this 2.4 with 10 raised to power 1, it will take you back to 24. So that means 24 is not a different number from 2.4 times 10 raised to power 1. So that's what we mean by expressing a number in standard form. So here we have 24.14 and we moved it one decimal place. So what you have to notice, when you move to the left, when you move decimal points to the left, you are increasing the positivity of the power of 10 that you multiply with the number. Then when you move decimal point to the right, you are increasing the negativity. Take for instance, if you have 0.32 and you ask to express this in standard form, now that means the decimal point should come after a one whole number that is significant. 0 is not significant. So when you move this to here, so that you now have what? 3.2. So what power of 10 are you going to multiply with this 3.2 so that when you multiply it to take it back to 0.32? That would be a negative 1. So that means when you are moving decimal point to the right, you are increasing the negativity of the power of 10. When you are moving it to the left, you are increasing the positivity. So just take note of that. So now this one, we moved it to the left. So we are increasing the positivity. So that means we multiply with a 10 raised to the power of what? 1, because we moved it in one place. Remember, this other 10 raised to the power 3 is still there. So you now have 2.414 times 10. And according to law of indices, they are the same base. You add the power. That's 1 plus 3. That will be 4. So what answer is that? Option C. So that is how to do this one. Thank you.